Death Star 1 from Star Wars: A New Hope. This absolute unit of a mobile battle station was the Galactic Empire's ultimate terror weapon. Although it bore a passing resemblance to a gigantic disco ball, make no mistake. This was the ultimate party pooper, as it was notorious for its powerful super laser that could blow up an entire planet with a single shot. At 160 kilometers in diameter, it was easy to mistake this quadanium steel ball for a small moon. Even without its super laser, the Death Star projected fear and power simply through its sheer size, all of which aligns pretty well with the Galactic Empire's core philosophy. Go big or go blow up Princess Leia's home. However, the Death Star wasn't just a giant hypermatter-powered ray gun. It was also filled with millions of crew, 15,000 turbo laser batteries, and thousands of support craft. It even contained parks, taverns, shops, and cafes, which in my headcanon are all called Death Starbucks. One venti mocha palpuccino, if you please. The Death Star started off as a secret research project. Ooh, scandalous. It was overseen by director Orson Krennic and championed by Grand Moff Tarkin. Some of the extra evil things they did included the use of forced labor from prisoners who had been given harsh sentences on trumped-up charges. Also, they gouge mined the planet Gorman based on rebel sentiment, which was mostly fabricated by the Imperial Security Bureau. Talk about fake news. And lastly, something that really bugs me, they nearly exterminated the Geonosians, which were the same insectoid species who originally designed the battle station. However, director Krennic eventually got what was coming to him, proving that karma is a bitch. Although he observed the test firing of the Death Star on the holy city of Jeddah, he ultimately choked on his ambitions at Scarif. There he saw the full realization of his life's work, and when I say full, I mean he got a face full of super laser. With Krennic out of the picture, trigger-happy Tarkin finally demonstrated the station's planet-killing abilities when he destroyed Princess Leia's homeworld. In the blink of an eye, you could say that it went from Alderaan to Aldergone. At this point, the Death Star may have seemed unstoppable as a weapon of terror. However, the Empire didn't count on the consequences of pissing off one of their own scientists. Galen, I'm gonna f*** your shit up, Urso. Long before his death, Krennic had forced the scientist to work on the Death Star after killing Galen's wife Lyra and separating him from his daughter Jyn. But Galen, ever the sneaky saboteur, got his revenge by hiding a fatal flaw in the Death Star's reactor design. Jyn later learned of this and gave her life to transmit her father's hidden plans to the rebels. These plans were nearly intercepted by Darth Vader, but they escaped on board a diplomatic vessel belonging to a CGI princess who lived in an uncanny valley. In the end, it was Giga Chad Luke Skywalker, flying as Red 5, who successfully exploited Galen's secret flaw at the Battle of Yavin. Trusting in the Force, Luke fired a pair of proton torpedoes into an insignificant 2-meter-wide thermal exhaust port. This resulted in a chain reaction that caused the entire station to explode and put an end to the first Death Star.